What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mid Card Mafia. We may be mid on the card, but we are main event at heart. Today, I'm your host, not Nate, but it's me, Big Mike, joined with Rococo as always, and then welcoming back Trey Two Fly Wrestling. What's up, guys? How are y'all doing?
Chilling, ready.
Living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
I'm excited for this pod. We're going to break down what happened recently on Friday Night SmackDown and on Raw leading up to King and Queen of the Ring. So let's hop into this. First off, I want to start off this segment by doing this. I just think since Nate and Melvin, just so everyone knows, Nate and Melvin are on a mission trip this week doing the Lord's work. I'm actually not in my natural habitat. I'm actually in Gulf Shores, so we're just scattered all over the United States right now. I know Trey's up north on the East Coast somewhere. Uh,
Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah,
Minnesota,
Dogtown.
we up here. We lit.
Oh man.
There we go.
All parts of the country.
We just scattered right now, but this is for our boy Nate. If you're a mafia member, if you watch the pod, if you listen to the pod, if you've seen clips on the pod, then you know one of our boys, Nate's people that he dislikes the most. She's back. And that is Bailey. Nate, when you listen to this, Bailey is back. What are y'all's thoughts on this? We know what Nate would say. Nate would be crashing out right now. This is Nate's crash out segment for Bailey, but y'all are more level headed than Nate is. All right. So, what are y'all thoughts on Bailey coming back? And more so to push what looks like Becky. Does Lyra get pushed out of the way? Is it going to be a triple threat? Where do y'all see this going?
First off, I'm gonna say shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. Yeah, my girl is back. I'm happy for her. I'm pretty hyped, Nate. I know you hear this, so you look. I have good feelings for Bailey. I love her to death, but I will say I do see that triple threat happening, and most likely I see it happening come Evolution. But I'm cool with it. I didn't know when she was gonna return. I thought it was gonna be maybe on a pay per view, but the way last Raw was set up, it was stacked like Mania almost. So hey, I'm here for it.
Okay.
For me, I don't hate Bailey. I don't. But for me, it just takes more for somebody to hit that level of, oh yeah, I like that wrestler. I mean, I'm cool with him. Like for me, Becky recently just hit that place where I'm like, okay, I rock with Becky, kind of heavy now. So seeing Bailey come back, I'm always somebody. If you get injured, if you get taken out of storyline, I want you to be gone for months upon months, and to come back out of nowhere. Bailey's return was expected, but the promo that they had on this past Raw, it left me in a place where I wanted more of it. So their story between Bailey and Becky have a lot further to go. And I'd love to see that. And of course, I rock with Lyra. Lyra's one of the people that I rock with. But legit, I feel like the storyline is strongest between Bailey and Becky without her in it. So I
100%.
say we keep her out. I rock with her, don't get me wrong, but I say we keep her away from it for a little bit and let those two go back and forth. Now, if it ends up in a triple threat, I'm I mean, my popcorn, I'm gonna enjoy it. But either way,
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say this real quick. Um, y'all know how I feel about Lyra. I think there's a lot of things that she needs to work on when it comes to her. She's proven me wrong, Rococo. She's proven me
okay.
wrong in like her in ring ability, her promo ability. It does need work. Okay, we all can agree with that. It does need work. What I fear is that she's on the cusp of being better in that area. But I feel like bringing Bailey back to feud instantly with Becky is going to push her down to where she kind of gets lost in the shuffle, and then you're starting back at square one with her. To me, this actually hurts Lyra more than it helps her. And I just worry about her development. Like, who's she going to pick up and feud with? Like when I was watching that segment, and they start coming in, it's like, all right, Lyra's already like it's kind of the Io Sky thing with Rhea and Bianca, how Io was just kind of in the back and she got pushed back. I know there's a language barrier there for Io and there's not for Lyra, but it made Io look kind of weak and inferior to those two girls. And I feel like Lyra may look inferior because she is to these two girls. And I agree with you. If you're hurt, you need to be gone for a little bit, come back at a pay per view or Rumble. That's why Cody Rhodes came back way too early, in my opinion. Even though he wasn't hurt, but he came super quick. It made no sense. And I just, I don't know. She got green hair. Ain't it? Is it green or purple? One of the,
You
Okay,
talking about
what?
Bailey?
yeah, like green hair. I'm plugging this in for Nate because we know Nate would talk about her hair. So, but I want. I'm not the biggest fan of Bailey. I did not like the hugging gimmick. I didn't like any of that. She tried to turn heel, damage control, and it felt really forced. She has kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like find who you really are and like stick with it and let that shine. Whether that's gonna be anti-hero, face, heel. We'll see. Time will tell. I could see it being evolution, but who knows? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I, I want to say this too. Um, with Lyra, I don't think it's really going to hurt her too much when it comes
Okay.
down to this feud because like she already got a win over Becky, and now she's getting inserted with this thing with Bailey, and they had this thing on Raw where she talked to Bailey like, "Hey, you don't want to answer your calls after I'm checking on you, and now you don't want to say nothing." So putting her in the feud with with one half of the four horsewomen, she already got a win on top of Becky and
Yeah.
Bailey. I think she could get a win on Bailey as well. So like I think in the end of it, it's going to help Lyra more in the future, especially if she gets a win on top of Bailey, and we just build on top of that. She get more stars like Charlotte, or it's just time will tell because she's still very young. So it it's just the beginning.
I feel like in a perfect world, in my perfect world, people have different perfect worlds. We hit the triple threat. Lyra gets the title back because I feel like she still has more to do with it, more people to take on to legitimize that. But I feel like Becky is too big of a name for that title. Like it's Becky Lynch. Oh, and she's
Yeah.
holding some gold with it. Congrats. But I feel like Lyra takes the title back, and then we continue the Becky Lynch and Bailey feud going forward into a singles match. I guess at the next pay per view, whenever that is.
Yeah. For sure. Another thing just hit me. It's been, we filmed the last pod really early in the week compared to what we've normally done. I think we did it on a Sunday night. I don't remember. But since the last pod was filmed, we talked about it. But Gunther beat Jay Uso. And what are your thoughts? I know that this wasn't in any of the pod notes, but it just hit me. What's your initial reaction of this? And I'll tell you what mine is off the top. Thank God Jay Uso is no longer the champion. Thank the good Lord. I was so sick of it. He's a crowd favorite. I get it. A catchy song, a catchphrase. Shallow bag doesn't need to be champion. I'm glad Gunther won that belt back. Fellas, what do we think?
I'm a fan of Gunther. I'm a big fan of Gunther. I'm happy he got the championship back. I get why they did it because they wanted to give Goldberg the championship. I'm
Oh,
kind of mixed
What?
about it.
What? What did you say?
Oh no! I mean wrong thing. My bad. They want to give Goldberg the championship match, not the championship match. My bad.
oof.
But yeah, I I get it. I'm not mad, but I'm not entirely happy. It was shocking. It was a good shock value that they added to the end of that Raw, but I'm kind of mixed about it right now still. But I'm excited to see what Gunther can do on this second run. Um, but again, with that entrance though, it's 10 times better when you're actually there. I'll say that.
Oh,
Like when you watch it
100%.
on TV, it's like, but when you're there, experiencing it, it's a whole new ball game.
Whole new ball game.
You're still
I
gonna get 10 minutes of it per episode, but it's all right. We'll deal with
Facts.
it.
I'm kind of tired of WWE thinking so short term because the main thing about Jay getting the Royal Rumble win starting off, Now, of course, Jay's been building up through the years. We've been watching him grow to main event Jey Uso. It's been fun watching that rise. He wins the Royal Rumble, and we're like, oh shoot, they're committing. This is real. He wins the title at WrestleMania, and it's like, so this is what we cheered for. Like, with all due respect, well, we
Yeah.
take the interest, we take the in-ring stuff, and now we're just here. And what did he do with this title reign? Nothing. And then
Nothing.
he loses, and we're back to square one. Like, Jay's reign could have been the exact same without a title. The title added nothing to what Jay did.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
feel like I guess from a business perspective, we're thinking purely business wise. You could still have the hype entrance without the title being around his waist. You could still have him get into the exact same promos, but the title doesn't need to be with him. And that's just because of the way that the crowd is connected, which is great for him. Now, whenever you look at the history books, you're gonna see Jey Uso was champion for 50 days and be like, man, he was trash. But hey, if you were there, you were there. Gunther, though, I'm extremely excited about. I've been a Gunther fan. I'm a casual, so ever since he hit the main roster, but just knowing the matches that he can put up and the storytelling within his matches has been sensational from beginning to end,
Yeah.
making everybody he faces believe, hey, could I be the one? And then they'll lose. And you'll be like, oh, of course it was Gunther. So I'm very excited to see what happens next with him. I'd love to see some new challengers though, because it feels like making somebody super powerful like him, he beats a lot of the upper mid card people, upper mid card people. I need something new.
Yeah.
Man,
So for me, it just felt stagnant from the very beginning. Like the moment he won that belt, you just think, all right, well, he's not going to be a heel. He's like this good face, but like, what story do you have with him? Like, no one, he's not rivaled with anyone. And so it was very stale quick, and everyone could feel it. Everyone could. So I'm just glad. I I hope that they make Gunther back into that really dominant type champion, which I think that they will. But time will tell.
I'm ready to see him versus Ludwig Kaiser. Let's get it.
What happened? Now
I,
I'll say this
I,
real quick. Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
oh yeah, but I agree. I agree with how y'all were saying he can fight more people, better competition too. Because like because how young he is on the main roster, he got a lot more competition he can have as well. Like he got CM Punk, Seth Rollins. We can get an AJ Styles match in there. Even John Cena, we could even get something like that if John Cena turns back face. But yeah, one match I definitely want to see soon is Louis Kaiser. I don't know where that guy's at right now.
Chilling.
He's been missing for like a minute. I'm concerned.
Going on dates with Tiffany Stratton.
What a
Like
life.
that's about all we got. Like where he
That's
at?
all we got.
I missed that
They
area.
date for life. So
Ilya Dragunov
no.
too still hasn't returned from his injury, and
Yeah.
I felt like at the Royal Rumble he was going to and he didn't. So I legit feel like this just came to mind. I feel like that could be the SummerSlam match for Gunther, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, you could
Yeah,
even Sheamus, and I know Sheamus is currently about to pick up with Rusev, but both of those guys, you could even. There's just way more routes for Gunther as a champion with like storylines than there is Jey Uso and Rikishi. Just be mad, bro. That dude crashing out. I
Yeah.
mean, how does you expect WWE to write Jey Uso? So that's my opinion. And we'll actually come back a little bit and talk about Goldberg and them. We're going to talk briefly in this next segment about let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown. Cody Rhodes advanced in the qualifying match. Are we shocked one bit at this?
no.
Uh,
That's QB1. That's what they call him.
yeah, he is.
that
And the question I want to ask is WWE giving him Cena style booking right now?
yeah. Like he's the top guy. He's the top baby face of the company. Of course, he better get like I honestly thought that match was gonna open up the show because of how obvious it was. Like he came out with it to confront John Cena last episode. I'm like, oh dang, he's on that ring attire. Like you're gonna have this as the main event. Like I see who else is in this match. I know they ain't about to beat Cody Rhodes, like the
Yeah.
guy who just Roman Reigns, and now he was just champion for over a year. I know they ain't about to beat him, so now it's like nah. But he deserves it. I mean, he the top baby face of the company right now. So hey,
The Cena style booking as a quote is really interesting. Like a really interesting box to put him in. Because I'm thinking about other guys who have been put as like that face of the company. Of course, like Roman Reigns comes to mind, like the younger version of him. Whenever WWE was like, "Hey, this is the guy, fall in love with him," and it just wasn't time yet. And Cody Rhodes has hit that perfect flow to where he's had that initial come in. WWE's like, "Hey, look at this guy, y'all love him, right?" And we're like, yeah, yeah, we do." And I feel like there was one point where things started to shift a little bit, but then he hopped back on the exact same
Yeah.
way. I haven't heard any Super Cody or Cody Hogan. I haven't heard any of that yet, but he's in a fantastic
I'm
place.
scared. I'm so
Yeah.
scared for it.
And I know Trey's a big Cody fan. I respect Cody Rhodes. I do. Got a picture of my kid. I mean, my kid loves Cody Rhodes. But this is where y'all are going to get mad at me. We're not mad, but maybe disagree. I would put Cody Rhodes in a tier above, but the same category as I would when it comes to storytelling with Jey Uso. It's stagnant quickly. It gets stale. And when this dude is a champion, instead of pulling the whole finish the story, whatever narrative it is, it just gets old quick. And his last title reign, you cannot sit there and tell me that it did not get kind of boring towards the end. It did. Y'all are out of your mind to think that. I'm telling you, it was just the same thing over and over and over and over. There was no creativity to it. It's just like this dude's out here acting like Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Like, just super OP character. Like he's in the WWE video game, and you just force win him to beat everybody. There are multiple times where he should have lost his belt in his last reign. That made it a more interesting story until just waiting for John Cena to do it in the way that it happened. I just when Cody Rhodes is not if it's when he becomes champion again, I pray, please turn this man heel because he is a boring face to me. I'm just being dead honest. My take of the week.
Man, hey, I wouldn't even be surprised if he joined Seth Rollins. That's what I'm
What?
kind of thinking right now.
There's no way.
What are we
Hey, look,
doing? What's going on?
look, and the only reason I say that is because so
Off
much
the rails on that.
unexpected stuff has happened this year. Where it's like you wouldn't expect it. Like we got Jay winning the Rumble, Cena turning heel, Travis Scott messing up the main event of WrestleMania. We there's so much random stuff, and I can even say more. I just can't think of it right now. There's so much stuff that like you would have never expected this year, where it's like I wouldn't even count that out because man, WWE is so wild. But back to this Cody Rhodes thing, that title run was not boring at the end. He had some fire storylines. The fact that he was able to be this generic baby face for almost a year and not get turned on,
Way
like
generic.
besides at that main event of Mania, that was the like that just shows it right there. Like, all right, he might got a fighting chance right now. Like, I'm with him. Like he the feuds he had were cool. AJ, hold on, man.
Eh.
Kevin Owens, that was a cool feud. Like,
He should have lost it to Kevin. He should have lost it to Kevin, and I will stand on that.
then who would Kevin would have fought at Mania? Cena?
I mean, he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, yeah, but like if he would have won that, like then what do you do with Cody and what do you do with
it
Kevin?
changes what belt Cena would have went after to me. He would have went
Okay.
after Gunther in that case. But we're not going to get into all that. But continue what you were saying. I mean,
Yeah, no, but
we're just generic, bro. You said it.
like, no, but look, like he is the generic baby face. Like he's the kissing babies, smiling 25A, drops the I love this company promo all the time. Not one person in this business has been able to do that and not been booed. Maybe Hulk Hogan we could get somewhere with there, but like besides that, in recent memory, you had Cena, you had Roman, they tried to be it, and the crowd turned on them. Cody has held that position for almost 3 years now. And it's just like, come on. I gotta give that man flowers when it's due.
Let me say this real quick though. He wasn't booed, but he was about to be. He was losing
Yeah.
towards the end, and we all know it. It's only a matter of time when you are booked the same way over and over and over and over and over that the people say enough's enough. It's boring, it's stagnant. And that's what Cody Rhodes towards the end. You had John Cena come in, even as a heel dude, and guess what? They were cheering for this man to win this belt and take it off of Cody. Yes, they did pop when he came back, even though he came back too soon. I think he should have waited a little bit longer to make it more meaningful. But I just worry that it's going to be the same thing. It's going to get boring. They're going to lose the people, and I've seen it time and time again. Seen it time and time again.
Yeah. But
And
hey, if
he is not joining Seth Rollins. Guarantee that.
hey,
That is not
don't
happening.
count it out.
You can go ahead and count it out, Trey. That is not happening.
But I will say this: if it wasn't Cena, if Cody didn't fight Cena at Mania, do you think he would have got booed? I when you
Cody? No, he would not have got booed.
because I think it was just Cena that messed. Like it's John Cena. This is final tour. This is final Mania. I think the crowd was just it's John Cena. Like you can't. And even if Cody's his last opponent, I think he's probably like that's man. So much to go on for that last match. Like I learned what you said, Rocco, too, on that one episode. How Seth could even cash in on there. It's like, man, there's so many possibilities that could happen during that last match with Cena. But Cody,
Brown
that
shot
could
so
be the
hard.
heel match right there for him.
For sure. Now my turn to talk about Cody.
Here
So
we go.
tough thing about
go.
Cody Rhodes and being in that top dog, that Cena position, is you have to build up competition that seems real. And if the companies push you all the way up here, the fans push you all the way up here, anybody who comes your way isn't going to seem big unless they have the history to build up to that point. It's going to be a long time before we see somebody in the Cody Rhodes era be built up in the Cody Rhodes era and then face Cody Rhodes for us to think, oh man, he already got it. Oh man, he could possibly beat Cody. Everyone we've seen so far, all the matches we've seen are for people whose names have already been built. And with Cody being a stale champion, I feel like it's all about he needs to show depth. Because oftentimes it feels like, hey, I'm Cody Rhodes, QB1. My dad was Dusty Rhodes. I'm fighting for him. I'm fighting for y'all. And then it kind of stagnates out.
Mhm.
And we've seen sides of Cody. Like, for example, we want to bring up Kevin Owens in that match. Or the AJ Styles match, where Cody started showing a dog, a legit dog in him. Whenever he had those steps, he was ready to catch a body. They're ready to turn off the cameras. Cody was different. Whenever he took Kevin Owens and did that Alabama slam on the ladder. Stuff like that, unheard of.
Yep.
Like, and that's a champ. That's exact. Oh, I'm getting hype. That's a champion people can get behind.
Yep.
It's somebody who can smile, be good to you, but the second it's time to like put the pedal to the metal, he's here, dead serious. Let's get this win. And what broke down Cody Rhodes was at WrestleMania, that same exact dog. He had the championship. The dog that we saw at Elimination Chamber, the dog we saw at Backlash, he would have give me that Cena pin, but he hesitated. He got shook. And
Yep.
they have to let that part go. They have to understand that as fans, if we see the passion, Cody got the promos. He has the star power. He has the different storylines with everybody, considering his time in WWE and outside of it. If we let him be himself, let him show some dog, you won't lose the fans. But it's the second you try to become too much of a babyface. As fans now, we're too complex up here to just have a good guy be only a good guy. You're going to be a good guy with layers and then we start caring about you. So until he starts to show off more layers than those basic three, he's going to drop off. At what point? It legit might be SummerSlam. He's gonna lose to Cena again, but that's a conversation for another day. But once he loses, it's gonna be like Cody Rhodes, we can't trust you anymore.
Here's what I want to say real quick, Coco. The minute they start writing him the way you just explained, I'll be a diehard fan because I believe in him. He is all these things that we've talked about. He is the generic face that Trey said. He does have the bag. He is good at promos. But like you just said, it's that little taste of like the heel Cody with the still steps, with the slam through the the ladder that made you think he broke Kevin Owens' neck. That's the part. This dude's got a deep wrestling back, deep back, generational back. But dude, stories is what gets me sometimes. And when they change it up a little bit, I am here for it. And here's where it can start. You go squash Jey Uso.
I agree.
Go squash Jey Uso
You're
and
cooking.
start it off and get these people behind you for this qualifying match. Because you got two bangers. You got Randy going against Sami Zayn. Who cares about that?
Whoa,
But you
Yeah,
got
whoa, that match is gonna
yeah,
be fun though.
man.
it'll be Randy and Sammy, and you have Cody and Jay. And here's what I will say. You had that promo where Randy said, "There's nothing I will not do to get 15-time championship." And here's the thing. Give me locked out, crazy, tunnel vision Randy for this belt, kicking people in the dome. He needs to squash Sammy. Cody needs to squash Jay. And when you're at King of the Ring, oh my goodness, what a match that's going to be. And so in this next segment, what do y'all feel about these semifinals match leading into what possibly could be the finals? I'm telling you, they have the possibility to cook some heat up right now if they do this the right way. What do y'all think about this?
I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. Now who's gonna go all the way? I'm kind of mixed up right now. Who it could be? I got like two people in mind right now. One being Cody, other being Mr. Sami Zayn. But I
Who would say Sammy over Randy?
look,
Oh
look.
my goodness.
The only
Wow.
reason I say Sammy is because they're going to be in Saudi Arabia, and I don't know if they're going to bring Sammy out just because of that. But I feel like the Bronze might do something to stop him, but I don't know yet. But it's cooking up right now. I could definitely agree with you there. How it's this lineup, it could create something. It can create something
Wow.
with it. But I would listen. I'm all for Cody and Randy. I don't know if they should pull the trigger on it. I'll say the least. Like they could wait. Maybe they could have it now, and then that could be the starting to show the cracks in Randy Orton's character with Cody beats him, and now he's starting to get all loony in the head because first he can't beat Cena, now he can't beat the dude he bought up, Cody Rhodes. So he might start hearing voices in his head to start killing people now, and so it's like, all right, hey, I'll be here for it. But there's so many ways I could go with this one this year. It's crazy, but right now, Cody and Sammy my top picks.
I wish I had the
Wow.
schedule down for exactly when the matches are happening because Randy Orton versus Sammy, I almost said Sammy Uso, sure. Randy Orton versus Sammy, that's going to be an extremely fun match. And Trey, you brought up a good point. The Bronze are probably going to interfere. But just knowing the differences in between those two characters, how they work, the in ring is going to be so much fun from beginning to end.
Mhm.
Now, the last 30 seconds, whenever someone interferes, a pin happens out of nowhere, y'all can keep that. But everything leading up to it, I'm going to have a fantastic time. And I'd
Yeah.
love to see a promo between Jay and Cody before their match. Because the history they've had with the bloodline leading up all the way, that week long title reign they had with the tag team championships. Yeet was born from Cody Rhodes and him winning that championship. So it's like there's a part of me that's hurt that we get this match only inside of a tournament. That it's a one-time
Yeah.
thing and then we're on to the next. Because if you're talking about stories that Cody Rhodes could have once he gets a championship, that J one could continue for so much longer. Then we get to Randy versus Cody. Once again, another match that I wish was in a tournament form. Because that's
Mhm.
another months long rivalry you could make. But they booked it, not
Yeah.
me. So hopefully there's a promo, and I see Cody securing. How? I don't know. Because it's like what y'all are saying. Like Randy Orton is a legend, and we don't want to waste his time. We want to give him the matches. We want him to hit that peak one more time. But once again, he's facing that top dog in Cody. It's a tough place to be. So we do a surprise roll up, but I don't know. We're gonna. I
Oh,
think. But I do think that the plan is Cody Rhodes, John Cena rematch at
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Is there any chance that Randy could win this? Either way, it's going to be a rematch of something. But do they
Mhm.
think maybe we put Cody down the line a little bit later to get this, or like let's do it now? He loses, you kind of forget about them feuding, and then out of nowhere it comes back. Like, is there any way Randy Orton could win this where you set him up at SummerSlam? But does it diminish Randy Orton winning for him to then turn around and lose to Cena at SummerSlam after losing so quick at Backlash? So to me, what's going to be more entertaining out of, and I can't believe I'm about to say this as a Cena fan, but the Randy and Cody match will be more entertaining, in my opinion, than a rematch of whoever John has at SummerSlam.
Oh, for sure.
So
For sure.
it'll be interesting. It'll be a great match. So we can move on unless any last thoughts about this.
I'm worried about the whole
Yeah,
that we're gonna be in post SummerSlam, because in a lot of people's minds, we don't. I think so. I think I'll speak to everybody, but for me, I don't see John losing. And
Yeah.
this King of the Ring tournament is to build up like the top person. Once they lose, there's gonna be a lull. There's gonna be a sense of, oh, we can't beat him, oh, we're stuck. And you have
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes lose twice, in everybody's eyes, he's done. And I
Yeah.
don't know who they're going to position in that third and like that next spot, that next big John Cena match that he hasn't already beat Roman. That's let's wait on that. That would be kind of crazy.
I don't even know where he at.
He's
Where is Roman?
filming Street
Who
Fighter.
knows? Roman,
Man.
this is a man who sometimes be waiting too long to come back. So,
Like,
It's true.
bro.
all right, let's talk briefly about what happened on SmackDown with Alexa Bliss and Jade Cargill winning. I'm not shocked, and I want to ask you, um, who do we is Bliss the favorite? We talked about Roxanne Perez. I know Rococo thinks that's the favorite to win it. I could see Bliss winning this, but I think they're kind of getting a little too predictable with these women qualifying matches. So, what are your thoughts about, just briefly? We'll just touch on this briefly. The women leading up to Queen of the Ring.
Heated.
Heated.
Should have been Nia Jax.
Oh my
What are we
Should
talking
have been
about?
Nia.
God, Jack. I'll tell you what.
I was mad. I was throwing stuff. Should have made a mess. Like, bro, I was rooting for my girl, and man, as I saw Jade, I'm like, dang, it's all right, it's all right. We'll live and learn. And the way that I saw they were talking on the reports, they thinking Jade going cold, like they trying to give her a push, and I will be here for it. I think Jade's going to go all the way, honestly,
Yep.
because of how they've been booking that SmackDown division as well, like with the Jade and Naomi storyline. Now Naomi's missed Money in the Bank, and then Jay's already got history with Tiffany Stratton. I hate her, but like now you can even have. Then you can have that match at SummerSlam and then have Naomi cash. Oh man, like they've been running. I was kind of iffy on the SmackDown division and how they were running it, but now I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the vision, and they doing a thing. And I think Jade might go all the way with this one, unfortunately, and it should have been Nia. But another story for another day.
I have a thought real quick, and it ain't even about. I know we're talking about Alexa Bliss and Jade, but we could just talk overall about Queen of the Ring. Just we can just knock it out in this segment real quick. I wouldn't be shocked if Asuka wins this
Mm.
because what's Io Sky's story right now?
Mhm.
Ooh.
And
Liv
so
Morgan.
if Asuka wins this, I think that's an easy, like, you just run those to SummerSlam. Tiffany can feud with Naomi, Jade. I mean, SmackDown is way more entertaining on the women's division than Raw is. So they brought Asuka back. Does she possibly win this to give you something for Io and her at SummerSlam? I don't know. I want to say my girl Alexa Bliss will win. Just think, when I think of all the ladies who are qualified with Roxanne, Asuka, Jade Cargill, Alexa Bliss, every one of those three, like when it comes to Roxanne, Alexa Bliss, Jade, can go do something with a champ. I think Asuka needs this, and it makes more sense for Io to have Asuka win so you have a story. That's just my thought, just off the top of the head. I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win this. No idea.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
This is a wild card. I don't know
But
how they're riding the women's division right
before the
Yeah.
brackets were
I-
announced, my guesses were Bianca Belair or Jade Cargill. And now seeing how the bracket is made up, Roxanne, if she was going to win something this year, it was going to be Money in the Bank. I
now.
don't I'm not gonna say a squash match from Jade, but she's gonna do some moves and then Jade's gonna put her away. Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. Isolating those two, I don't know who you take out. But because of Alexa's beef with Charlotte, or
Mhm.
this like one up thing they're doing with one another, I feel like she's gonna interfere. And then Jade versus Asuka as a match, I don't know. I really don't know. I want to
Man,
go
don't.
Jade, but also, do you beat Asuka after her return this soon? And especially throwing in
Yeah.
Liv Morgan's injury, her dislocated shoulder. I don't know what the recovery time is for that, but I know like the at least the up close plan was Liv Morgan versus EO Sky,
Mhm.
and from there, once again, I don't know, which is a major like hat tip to WWE for keeping us in this place of we just don't know what's coming up next. But I'm gonna still rock with Jade, but Asuka is a
Yeah.
fantastic choice too.
Man.
Well, of course, we'll have our official King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring prediction next week. But let's move on real quick. And y'all, I told you I was telling this to Coco before we started filming. I thought my crash shot about LA Knight last week was bad. Buckle up. I predicted before we knew what was going to happen that LA Knight should win this. Guess what? He didn't. Didn't. Now I want to say, you got that segment. You got John Cena, and you got the son of a legendary non-champion Cody Rhodes come out. Cut this back and forth promo. Then Randy Orton comes out, and you're thinking, man, these three guys are cooking. Then you got my boy L.A. Knight. Yeah, music hits. Had one of the loudest pops out of those four. You cannot deny that. This dude comes out, and he is going toe to toe, Rococo, with three of the company's best in mic promo cutters ever, possibly. I'm not going to say they're top three, but they're up there. Three of the best. You have L.A. Knight, yeah, who is literally in that ring, going toe to toe with them. What more does this man have to do? The crowd is cheering, the crowd is popping, they're yowing their heads off. Guess what? He loses his qualifying match. And I'm telling you this, I hate that he is getting involved in the Seth Rollins whole thing. It is stupid. Why? It's a waste of time. This man needs to be contending for a championship. You're trying to tell me that LA Knight and John Cena at SummerSlam would not cook? Are you kidding me? We thought surely they'll let him win Money in the Bank. Guess what? He didn't win Money in the Bank. Then we came on here and I said, surely, after he didn't win Money in the Bank for the third time, surely Triple H has heard the people. Surely he'll win King of the Ring. This man doesn't even qualify. And I've said this time and time again. What more does LA Knight have to do to get a push? Can y'all answer this for me? I hate it.
You might not want to hear what Rococo was saying
Yeah,
before
what
you.
I was saying
Well, I know where he stands on this, so I'm just getting ready for it. Come on.
is
Come on, Rococo.
his
Get me
time is
stirred
up.
up.
His time is up.
Ah,
LA Knight has hit his ceiling. He genuinely has.
oh,
We think back to how he started. I hate to bring up the ugly stuff, but the maximum male models. It didn't connect with the crowd. All right. He gets to make his official LA Knight return. Crowd started to connect with him. Who was coming up at that exact same time? Montez Ford. This is Money in the Bank. Might have been 2021, 2022. They have a match against each other. Both of these guys are on the rise. Crowd is behind them. And in that match, I'm 97, 99% sure that the crowd chose the winner. Because that match went back and forth, and the crowd chose LA Knight as the face and Montez Ford as the heel. They both were faces, but they made the decision. And the match ended up with a roll up and then turned over to another roll up, and the match ended that way. From that point on, LA Knight went from a bottom main card guy to a solid mid card. And from then on, because of the crowd's participation, because of the crowd being in his corner, because of the huge pops and all that, LA Knight got elevated. I'm talking facing Roman Reigns elevated. Promos with Roman Reigns elevated. Being somebody that is consistently shown on screen elevated. This is the same guy who was with Maxine Dupree, Mansois, and the other guy. Sorry, Marseille. Oh, I remembered. But because of the crowd, we took him from down there. And of course, I'm not going to discredit LA Knight either because he had that potential within him from before. But because of the way that we pushed him, he went from down there and he's been elevated to this main event spot. Now, tough thing about wrestling is you don't want to have 97 championships. And there's going to be some people who don't hit that top spot. But he had the U.S. championship. And a significant reign. Was reign the best? Hey, that's not, hey, he held it. So he might just not be at that point. But what's going to happen is LA Knight is going to stay up there because of people like you, Mike. People that stay in his corner and support him. Seth Rollins is the second biggest heel in the company. And LA Knight is rubbing shoulders with him. He's going to continue being a main face for I don't know how long. Is that going to result in a championship? Most likely not. But he's here. And we got to take our victories whenever we can get them.
I'll say this real quick. This man ain't hit the ceiling when he ain't even truly walked through the door. All right.
Ooh.
And he'll hit a ceiling when he's a main card guy. I mean, he's main card. I mean, like main event type guy. And I'm talking about like he's main eventing, like maybe they're making their way to this, but I want to see him leave that mid card division, leave Andrade, okay? Stop wrestling Andrade, stop wrestling Mello, stop wrestling Shinsuke Nakamura. Start letting him wrestle, and maybe this is what they're moving to. But if he's going to wrestle Braun and Bronson, this is not what they're doing. Those are mid card guys to me. He needs to be wrestling Seth. He needs to be wrestling Cody Rhodes. He needs to be wrestling Randy Orton. He needs to be wrestling John Cena. These type of guys that they are not giving him the chance to in anything outside of a Money in the Bank or a qualifying match. Let him cook. Give him a chance to be this type of guy that we know that he can be. He's got the charisma. This dude can wrestle. He sells merch. If they did it for LA Knight is more deserving of just a push than Jey Uso ever was deserving of holding a championship. They're not even giving this man a push in the back. You at least have a shot to go lose this championship at SummerSlam. They're just saying, no, not yet. Let's wait. Let's wait till 6 Money in the Banks to let you win and hold that briefcase.
I think the draft is going to be the shift. I was thinking
I
about,
was just about to say,
yeah.
yeah,
I feel like
I'm
the
spitting
draft.
and everything. Like,
I feel like we can
bro,
both get what
like,
we want. Because I don't believe that LA Knight is there. And you do. And a good middle ground is that World Heavyweight Championship. And
I was just
I
gonna say, I think he got a better chance and a better story with Gunther because they had something going on in NXT 2.0 when they back when they were both on NXT. So I
Yeah.
think that would definitely be a better route to go than Cena. Like it's cool. Like if they, I would be with it, but I wouldn't for a SummerSlam match. I don't know. I feel like you would have better options. Like CM Punk would have been a better option. I don't know why they're having it in Saudi Arabia, but um, Cody Rhodes is definitely one of those options too. Like if you got options like that to face Cena, especially on this run right now, I would rather see LA Knight in the World Heavyweight Championship title picture. It'll be better for me.
I agree. I agree. Alrighty. Any last thoughts before we move on?
Ooh, I just thought of something. Oh, LA Knight and John Cena. It'd be fun promos. I do the promos. But the in ring, I feel like, would fall. And that's where you would lose people. Like, the build would be great. The match itself, emotion wise, would be up there. A crowd be cheering. But purely in ring ability, in ring capabilities, chemistry wise, I feel like it wouldn't be there for those two.
Yeah. We'll never get a chance to see it because we got John Cena and R-Truth going at it again. So here we go.
And man, that match on Saturday Night Main Event, it was cool, but it wasn't like they didn't even barely do anything.
Here's what I want to say.
You're bringing up R-Truth is heartbreaking. I'm so sorry, Mike.
Here's the thing. We got R-Truth back. He's this whole different character. Dude cut his dreads, wants to be taken serious, which I get. I truly get that. But dude, people love R-Truth. You're robbing them of not that for what?
Ooh.
Like it's not going to get you deeper matches. It's not going to get you a deeper push. Anything, you're going to stay to me in the same boat you were when you were this fun character that people really loved. What's Ron Killing's going to do for R-Truth's character? I mean, I don't know. Time will tell.
One thing I learned from Papa H in these past couple years, let him cook. Let him cook.
Raw chicken making people sick. I'll tell you that.
Like I gotta wait and see. Yeah, it's only been a couple weeks, so you know, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna see what he does. So far, it's been cool. His little attacks on Cena. Ain't nothing too crazy. The promo he had, it was a cool promo. Everything was cool. Cut the dreads. It was threw me off guard. I laughed, had a good laugh watching that. But everything else that he's been doing, I'm letting I'm gonna let Triple H cook on it.
I can't. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. He's I we're saying let him cook, and Triple H is making Lunchables whenever we're ready for a steak. I'm ready. Like legit, I need long-term booking, and a lot of WWE and what they're doing is quick stuff, quick fixes, quick peaks with no foresight for the future, and that stuff legit gets me heated. Thinking back to the New Day, we're talking. People were saying one of the greatest heel turns of all time. And everybody was, what's coming up next? Big E returning? Oh man, a lackluster match at WrestleMania. And what are they doing now? Absolutely nothing. We see the tension between Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Once again, something else. Oh my gosh, hold on. They can be cooking. Is Austin Theory's time? It's been 37 years. I have 2 kids and a mortgage. Like, what are we talking about? And it's this push and like, I need WWE to stop listening to us for a little bit and to trust the things that they've written down. It worked one time with Cody Rhodes, which for the moment was great. But because of them listening to us, there was a year where we could have had Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and then Roman Reigns versus The Rock in the exact same year. But we started yapping and they listened to us. Sometimes that's great. With things that big, you gotta let WWE cook. And this is once again one of the situations where, of course, R-Truth, we rock with him, we love him and all that. Don't re-sign that man because y'all didn't have a plan for him. And now they're taking John Cena's limited dates and they're throwing out R-Truth whenever R-Truth has not been built for this at all. I understand R-Truth's career, what he's done. But John Cena and him are completely different wrestlers and completely different ranks. And to throw R-Truth out after one promo, his transitioning promo at that, not a let me address the universe afterwards so they know who I am. This is my change. Now he's in a match. What do you mean? And on top of that, we're still calling him R-Truth. They're still calling him R-Truth.
They're still calling him. Yep.
They're not full sending. I need them to commit and have what they want inside their heads and stick with it. Because we're going to get to a point where us, as the IWC, is controlling WWE. And it should never be that way. I should be a consumer. I should have an opinion. If my opinion actually cooks up and they decide to make a baby shift, make a baby shift. For example, the LA Knight thing. If we're pushing them, if we want to see that happen, yes. But the second you make a big decision, you can't go back. You can never go back because that makes you look weak. It makes us look much stronger than you. You can't do that as a company. What? I'm about to about to transform.
Tell you how I know that they ain't cooking. I'll tell you how I know.
Oh.
At Goldberg and Gunther.
I'm about to get controversial.
Look,
Who
I'm gonna
wants
let
this?
I'm gonna let Coco go, bro.
Okay, Saturday Night Main Event, I think is a perfect place for it. We haven't seen Goldberg since. You tell me. Was his match with
Bad Blood.
Bobby Lashley? I don't
Or
remember.
was it?
Like his last in-ring match. I feel like if this is like the retirement build, Gunther's the perfect guy to do it. We can have a best of. Once again, give us that. Is Goldberg back to win? And then have Gunther win. Like, I legit feel like. Because wrestling is oftentimes about dance partners and chemistry. And Gunther is somebody who can put up a good match with about anybody. All right? And because of that, we can play into it and have Goldberg. Of course, we love that match he had against Brock Lesnar. That was like 5 minutes. But I believe they can catch everybody off guard. And Shaw wore of Goldberg's bag besides that super kick that ended Bret Hart's career, a spear, and a jackhammer. Just given the time. Because we've thrown trash at Gunther before. Not trash. We've thrown lackluster ideas at Gunther before, and he's made something out of it from beginning to end. The Pat McAfee match, we said, bro, why are you throwing Pat McAfee at him? And it was a fun match. So at the end of the day, I feel like we're going to feel an emotion. It's either we're gonna have fun, we're gonna be intrigued. We're not just gonna sit the match. We're not just gonna sit and watch the match and feel nothing at it. After enough
Yeah,
time.
we will.
After enough time, you got to give the match like 2 or 3 minutes so you can like get into it.
2 or 3 minutes, you're like Goldberg already tore his ACL. Get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh my gosh.
Now you going
couldn't
for
even
it.
get up on the second rope. Did y'all see this? This dude has no right to be back. Just let it die. You
As long
not
as
a
he don't hit his head on the door before the match, we might have a chance of having a 5-minute banger. All right.
Or the turnbuckle. Or this it is
Like
kind of
if
bad.
he just avoids the hand contact, we might be able to get something out of this. Just 5 minutes. That's all I need is 5 minutes of big meaty men slapping. That's all I need, and I will be all right. I'll be content. But when it comes down to it, I think WWE do what they were like. We all knew Goldberg was going to come back for that retirement match, and maybe this might be it. Maybe we might
Hopefully
have a
it
little
is.
storyline play out with it. But unfortunately, hey, if this ain't this final match, I will say this: I will not count out Goldberg winning that championship.
It
Not
already
count it
happened.
out,
It
unfortunately.
already happened in the late 2010s, early was that 20s where he beat
16.
Bray. Dang, that was that long ago. Beat Bray, beat Dolph
And
Ziggler.
29, 20, yeah.
Okay, if you have to say
29.
and he's done, what do you mean? Ain't no and. He's done winning championships.
He does not need to win it.
Look, I'm just
Honestly.
saying. Look, I will not count that man out just yet. I don't want it to happen. I'm with y'all. I don't want it to happen, but this is Bill Goldberg we talking about. I will not count out that man winning the championship, no matter what year it is.
Here's the thing. This is my own legit opinion. If this is any like in the WWE's term of close match, it's gonna make Gunther look weak. This needs to be a squash, in my opinion. Gunther, go squash this dude. That's just how I feel. So
That veteran pride.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Goldberg would go out like that, which is rough. There's a lot of people that would,
Goldberg gonna be.
but Goldberg he's gonna get in some major offense before he goes out, if anything.
You putting Gunther through that barricade at least. At the least.
Last thing I want to talk about real quick tonight before we end this is this. Is there a possible Uso return? The Uso brothers. Jay and Jim. This is the best bet for Jey Uso to go back to be a tag team. This is where you shine bright like a diamond. This is where you do your best work. Athletically, you're a tag guy. Jimmy needs you. Is WWE hinting with the New Day laughing that Jay lost to Gunther. Could we possibly see the Usos back together to get those tag belts off the New Day?
Need a draft. We need a draft so bad. Like, I don't know why we haven't had one yet. Um, and that's another problem we have with WWE. If we have a draft, I think they need to stick to it this time and actually have Raw superstars be Raw superstars, SmackDown superstars be SmackDown
Preach,
superstars.
preach. They're all
Like
over the
we,
place.
it's
Who's
been
on what show?
ridiculous. 2016 was one of the last times they actually did it well. And from
Yeah.
there, they kind of just been all over the place. And if they were able to actually stick with it, have these superstars build up the show that they're on, have them be exclusive, and even come back. I'm really look, the War Games thing been cool these past couple years, but I'm kind of over it. I missed the traditional 5-on-5 match. Let's get Raw versus SmackDown. Hell, we can even do one War Games match with Raw versus SmackDown. Like, I miss the brand animosity. I miss when it was just separate like that. But like, if we're going to do going back to the Jimmy Uso thing and the Usos, if we're going to do that, we need a draft terribly bad, and that's the only way I can see it happening down the line. Because I will be heated if Jimmy just, hey, I'm on Raw now with no story, no draft, no nothing. Like, just to have it, just to get that match out the way, and most likely the Usos will win, and that will even deteriorate the New Day's name after what we were just talking about earlier with how that was the biggest heel turn of last year, and then they had this lackluster WrestleMania match, and now look at them not doing anything now except with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who've been breaking up for the past 2 years, and then now it's like they need to the New Day need to build their name up a little bit more right now as heels, and the Usos they need to have that draft in order for that match to happen. So if that match does happen, I feel like it will be maybe next Mania or maybe even next summer. That just not anything too soon. Let's we can on that a little bit.
I would
And let
love.
Jimmy Uso also build up his name as a solo competitor too. Like not maybe not to the maybe even make card title for Jimmy. Who knows? But let Jimmy build up that name as well too as a solo star before we even get there.
It's rough. Going back to the draft, since we brought that up, I miss back 2016 where they had brand specific pay per views, things like that, and especially with how they're spamming Saturday Night Main Event, pay per view almost every 2 to 3 weeks now. We're in the perfect position for them to do brand specific stuff and like full sin with this idea. So I like
Yeah.
that a lot. How long have Jimmy and Jay been split up? They had their match at WrestleMania 39, was it?
2 years.
And then
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like if they come back together, it might be a step back, depending on how they do it. Like SmackDown, we're once again back to the draft conversation because everyone for the longest time now has been like SmackDown has the tag teams, and Raw has nothing. But seeing the Usos versus the New Day, I don't like it. I don't like it fast. I feel like SummerSlam would be way too quick because,
Mm-hmm.
like what we were saying before, the New Day don't have enough. They got to do a little bit more, beat more people. Besides the War Raiders, besides American Alpha, we need more.
Yeah.
And the Usos, it's been great seeing them be on their own for so long. But if we bring them back together, it kind of pulls them back down. And it's like these past 2 years legit didn't matter because we just circled back to where we began. And I don't know if I want to see that. Just because of how far I know that we've come, they go back to tag team and consistently, they had that one off. That was fun. But back consistently, just
Yeah.
nothing.
It'll be interesting. Well, y'all heard it here, folks. So next week we'll have our King and Queen of the Ring predictions. Trey, who's yours? Go ahead and give us your predictions on
All
what you
right.
think's going to happen. No, the
If I had to
match
put
card may not be, but for what we know, the girl, the guy, Cena, Punk, those three, who you got?
if I had to if for the okay, bet. So for Cody and Cena, I mean no, not Cody and Cena, Punk and Cena,
Yeah,
put my money on Cena, of course.
yeah.
What other match we got? We got what other matches there?
Or just pick the two women that you think are going to be in there and the two dudes that you think will be
Uh
there, and
for the
in those.
guy I'll start with the girls. For the girls, I wouldn't be mad with a Jay versus Oscar match. If that happens, I will kind of be a little split because they both will have good storylines they can get inserted into. EO
Yeah.
and Trish Stratus. I mean, not Trish Stratus, Stratton. Uh, but if I had put my money on someone winning, especially with like the news or rumors that's been coming out with they wanting to push Jade, I'm gonna put my money on Jade. And for the guys, if I had to put my money on somebody, I think it will be Cody. You know what? I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm Cody and Sami Zayn will be at King of the Ring, and if someone's winning that, it might. And because now I'm starting to think of all this.
Nah.
Because you got the carrying thing with Sammy, you got the Seth Rollins thing, and even now I'm even thinking about it. Think about what happened on Raw when Seth Rollins came out. They didn't touch Cody, and if Cody doesn't join Seth, and like
Mhm.
Cody, and Seth does the same thing he did with Sammy, where it's like he gave him the option to join in or whatever, and if he
Yeah.
doesn't, he's going to feel the repercussions. He might be the one to cost us Cody at Night of Champions. And you know what? I'm going in. Sami Zayn is the King of the Ring winner this year. Yep, it's crazy. It's
Crazy.
my hot take, but hey,
We'll
we're
clip
gonna put
that.
it out there.
Now I will say this: this dude predicted Naomi to win Money in the Bank, so who knows?
Respect.
So,
Hey,
but
come on now, come on now.
yeah. So it's been a great pod. I want to say thanks for those who've listened. If you're listening on YouTube, Spotify, please like, subscribe, give this pod a 5-star, leave a comment if you see clips on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, like, share. We want this pod to grow and we need your help, Mafia members. Once again, we want to give a big thank you to a friend of the pod, Trey Two Fly. Go follow his accounts. Trey, tell us where to find you real quick.
Ah, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on YouTube, Facebook. But you know, I'm. You can find me on Two Fly Wrestling. I will leave a comment under the video too if they don't. You know, you'll see my channel. But yeah, I'm on everything. Two Fly Wrestling, TOO Fly Wrestling. So, hey, if you guys want to
Yes.
get recaps on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, when we finish this, I gotta record an NXT recap. But got that and public interviews with wrestling trivia. If you guys ever want to get into that, I'm the guy for it. You guy for it.
Scott Ford. Thank you again. It's been a great pod. We will see y'all back next week. Until then, peace.